Welcome to English class. We have been doing tenses for quite some time and we have already completed our present tense. Yesterday we started with past tense and completed simple past tense. And today we are going to start with its second subpart, past continuous tense. Let us observe this comic strip. I hope you enjoy reading this comic strip. There is a conversation between two friends. Let's see what they have to say to each other. Yes, I know. My room is messy. I couldn't tidy it up because I was studying English. And yesterday I saw my English teacher while I was going to the park. He was carrying his handbag as usual, but he wasn't wearing his glasses. Then the other friend says, "Was he going to school?" "No, he wasn't." "Was he going to home?" "Yes, he was. He forgot his glasses there." Here we observe that they are talking about the activities which were in progress in past and not over, like studying English, going to the park, carrying handbag, wasn't wearing his glasses, going to school, going home. This is what our past continuous or progressive tense talks about. It expresses the actions or tasks which were ongoing in the past, means which were in continuation in the past. We cannot determine when the action started or finished. We just know that at the moment of speaking or when somebody saw, the action was in progress. Let us understand the structure of this tense in a better way. First of all, we have he was traveling to Venice. Venice is an Italian city. Yes, we use helping verbs was or were in this tense. Was is used with singular subjects including I, and were is used with plural subjects. So here we have structure: subject plus was were plus first form of the verb plus ing. Then negative sentence, he wasn't traveling to Venice. Subject plus was were plus not plus first form of the verb plus ing. And then we have interrogative, was he traveling to Venice? Was were plus subject plus first form of the verb plus ing, and of course plus question mark. Let's begin with the uses of this tense. We have already discussed the first and the basic use of this tense, that it is used to talk about the actions which were going on in past at the moment of speaking or when the speaker saw that. Next set of examples we have, the other day I was waiting for a bus when. Last week as I was driving to work. So this tense is used to begin the stories. The use of the past continuous is very common at the beginning of a story. Now next example we have, it was 8 o'clock, I was writing a letter. So it is used to talk about that something happened before and after a specific time, and here the time must be mentioned, like in this example I was writing a letter. And if we compare the next example, at 8 o'clock I wrote some letters, that means I started writing some letters. Next we have, to show that something continued for some time, my head was aching, everyone was shouting. Again, this is a common use. Then we have, when something happened again and again repeatedly, I was practicing every day, 3 times a day. They were meeting secretly after school. They were always quarreling. Here, it is not necessary that the action was going on at the moment of speaking, but that was happening again and again out of habit. And generally you may find adverbs, like in the first example every day is used, in the third one always is used. In the third example we can say that a negative habit is talked about, like she was always running me down, and here we have they were always quarreling. Next we have, the children were growing up quickly. Her English was improving. My hair was going grey. The town was changing quickly. So here past progressive is used to show change or growth, of course, in past. And as we have been discussing stative verbs, that it is not used. Stative verbs are not used in progressive tense. Like when I got home, I really needed a shower, not I really was needing a shower. I hope this point is clear. Shall we move further? Okay, let's move. Let's read the given examples. It was raining hard when we left the hospital. While I was having lunch, Peter rang. Now, the past continuous describes a longer action or situation, and the action described by the simple past tense interrupts the situation described by the past continuous tense. Another example, the children were doing their homework when the doorbell rang. Now, while is used before continuous tenses and when is used before simple tenses. Like in the stated examples, it was raining hard when we left the hospital. Here, after when, we have past indefinite. And in the second example, we have while before our past continuous tense. While I was having lunch, Peter rang. I hope this point is clear. Let's move to our next tense. Now we'll be discussing past perfect tense and perfect continuous tense. Now, past perfect tense in English is composed of two parts. First of all, the past tense of the verb to have, and that past form of the verb to have is had, and past participle of the main verb, which is third form of any main verb. So let us see the sentence structures. First of all, we have affirmative sentence. She had finished her work. So here we have subject plus had plus third form of the verb, and in negative we add not after had. She had not finished her work. Subject plus had not plus past participle. Then we have interrogative. Had she finished her work? Had plus subject plus third form of the verb, object may or may not be there. Let's begin with the uses. First example, we have Richard had gone out when his wife arrived in the office. The bell had already gone when I reached the office. The train had already left when I reached the station. Here I have added two more examples for better understanding. Here we are talking about two actions which took place in past. And in such a case, we use past perfect tense for the action which gets over first, and for the second action we use simple past tense. I hope this point is clear. Next example, we have Christine had never been to an opera before last night. Now, this is used to talk about the action that happened before a specific time in the past. Now, what is a specific time here? Before last night. And students, don't get confused here. In this example, been is used as third form of the verb be. Be was been. And next example we had owned that car for 10 years before it broke down. Now the action started in the past and continued up to a given time in the past. Now continued up to a given time only. And here what is the given time? Before it broke down, car belonged to us. We were the owners. Next we have cause and effect, and of course it will also get combined with past simple. I got stuck in traffic because there had been an accident. So here cause is used, for the cause we use past perfect tense, like there had been an accident. And last we have I had been to London twice by the time I got a job in New York. So here also to emphasize the result of an activity in the past. I had been to London twice by the time I got a job in New York. And time expressions or adverbs, we can say already, yet, for, since, just, after, before, until, the moment that, by the time, can be found in the sentences with past perfect tense. One thing And that's very important to bear in mind while using this past perfect tense. And what is that? The tense is always condition bound. Past perfect is always condition bound. For example, the patient had died before the doctor came. We cannot use this tense without any condition. If we use, the sentence stands grammatically incorrect. Our meaning may be conveyed, but grammatically the sentence is incorrect. I hope you understand this thing. That is why when you get confused between past indefinite and this past perfect, you should always look for the condition. You should always see the condition. If it is there, then we have to use past perfect, otherwise that will take past indefinite tense. Next we have past perfect continuous tense. Let us see its structure first. Subject plus had plus been plus V1 plus ing. They had been playing tennis. And then we have negative sentence. They had not been playing tennis. Subject plus had plus not plus been plus first form of the verb plus ing. And then we have interrogative. Had they been playing tennis? Had plus subject plus been plus V1 plus ing. We are always told that in perfect tenses, third form of the verb is used. But here we are using ing with first form of the verb. The reason being, we already have third form in the structure, which is been. And been is third form of the verb be. I hope it's clear. Let's see its uses. It is used to describe an action, of course, past action, which started in the past and continued to happen after another action or time in the past. For example, Sarah had been working here for 2 weeks when she had the accident. It means an action was already in progress when something else or the other action took place. So here she had already been working, and the second action is when she met with an accident. Next we have, it emphasizes the duration of an activity in the past. For example, Richard needed a holiday because he had been working hard for 6 months. Duration means for how long something happened. Then we have cause and effect. I had been traveling all night, so I was tired. So it shows the cause of a past action. Now, cause of a past action. What is the past action here? That I was tired. And what is the cause? That I had been traveling all night. And here, students, we can also have comparative study of past perfect and past continuous. Now, past perfect is used to talk about completed action, a finished action, whereas past continuous, past perfect continuous talks about an ongoing action. And secondly, we have past perfect emphasizes the result of an activity, whereas past perfect looks for the duration. And then we have past perfect. It shows two events in the past that were linked. For example, I couldn't take my flight because I had forgotten my boarding pass. So connection between the two activities. And whereas past perfect continuous talks about cause and effect relationship. Let's move further. And here we have another very important point, that is the difference between continuous tense and perfect continuous tense. Now, let's see the examples. He was tired because he was exercising so hard. He was tired because he was exercising so hard. So this sentence emphasizes that he was tired because he was exercising at that exact moment, the moment of speaking, or when I or the speaker saw him. Whereas the other example states he was tired because he had been exercising so hard. He had been exercising so hard. This sentence emphasizes that he was tired because he had been exercising over a period of time, and it is also possible that he was still exercising at that moment, or that he had just finished. Of course, meaning depends on the actual situation. So here once again we can go to the highlighted part. Past continuous tense emphasizes interrupted actions, whereas past perfect continuous emphasizes a duration of time before something in the past. Let's move further. And here we have summarized version of past perfect and past perfect continuous tenses. Thank you for watching. Let's meet for your queries.